Well, if you're a person watching this video, then that means that you have passion in designing of bridges. So if you need a software that designs bridges, you can send me a direct message. So from this software, we can display all the properties about the bridge, right? Like we have the boundary conditions that we provide. So among the boundary conditions are the provisions for bearings. These are the points where we have the supports. Okay, and the bearings can be in form of elastic links or rigid links. They are mechanical components that are provided to the bridge between the substructure or abutment and superstructure. They help in transmitting live load from superstructure, dead load, wind load, earthquake, and impact loads. So their main function is to transmit the vertical load from the superstructure to the substructure. They also facilitate movement of the superstructure due to the thermal expansion and contraction. So there are various forces that act on bearings which necessitate their importances on a bridge. So we have the longitudinal forces, the transverse forces, the reactive forces, and some uplifting forces due to the earthquakes. We can have the rocker pin bearings. So these rocker pin bearings are used in straight steel bridges. They are made of steel and connected to the substructure through the steel plate. The other type is the elastomeric bearing. This is the most common type of bridge bearing. It is the type of bearing that we have on our Entebbe Expressway. It can take both translation and rotational movements through elastomer deformation. It is advantageous in a way that it requires no maintenance. There are also sliding bearings which consist of metal plates that slide relative to each other. It is specified by AASHTO that sliding bearings cannot be used unless the bridge span is less than 15 meters. This is because sliding bearings cannot be purely used if the bridge experiences rotation movement. However, the span restriction for sliding bearing utilization can be disregarded when it is used in a combination with other bearing types. We have the other type called rocker and roller bearings. Okay, so there are many types of bearings in the construction industry of bridges. Others can include pot bearings, we have disc bearings. Okay, so aside that, back to our demonstration. So under boundary conditions here in the tree menu, this is where we provide them. So you can choose to display either the types. Okay, you can type now this is a bearing, shows you that this is a bearing, and then the type is an elastic link. Okay, now the program, it shows you that the program is fully restrained, taking into consideration the aspect of the bearings for the bridges. So from this software we can see that we can display and display the material properties. So these are the materials that have been given assigned to the bridge. Okay, so we can select and show, make active, or even decide to and display all the properties. So if I can just if I double click here, you can see what property has been assigned to the member. This is a dummy. A dummy simply means that the property has been assigned to just lines which do not have parameters. Okay, so we just give provisions which help us in applying the necessary loadings to those members. So this is a property that was assigned to the upper members. Okay, probably these are the bracings for the top chords of the truss. Then we have an option here of hiding the properties. Okay, from here we can display the node numbers. Okay, we can display the node numbers, we can display the element numbers from here. Okay, so in the properties you have the material numbers, and if you are going to apply time dependent material links, you can also display them from here. Okay, so we can look at the loading in terms of the moving moving load analysis done. So we can display the traffic lanes which were applied onto the bridge here. Okay, so from here, let me just turn off the element numbers, not to decongest the model. So this software is very good in analysis and design of bridges. If you need this software, you can send me a direct message. Okay, so we can also rotate in the 3D environment and see what we are designing clearly. So the software is just good for design of bridges, but in particular design of bridges.